Day 4 of new haircut, my head still looks like a peanut. I know I've got a large head, but when I get my hair cut like this, apparently it becomes infinite. So I decided to check my spam folder for YouTube comments because, you know, why not? That's actually kind of funny sometimes, people trying to get on the roaring train of success that is my channel. Here's a rule of thumb: if you comment on one of my videos or subscribe to me, I'm probably going to check your channel out. But I thought I might as well look at it because, what the hell, it might be funny, so I checked it out and all it said on the comment was, "Good video, keep on keeping on." That's spam? Wow, YouTube, thanks for the vote of confidence. In slightly happier news, that huge slab of concrete that I showed you a few weeks back now actually has what is the beginnings of a building built on it, and I should be moving in by September. Gonna come clean with you guys. I was a little bit at a loss for what to make a video about this week. There's a couple of ideas, but I wasn't sure what to go with. It's gonna be a bit of a serious video. If you're not into that sort of stuff, go watch one of my previous videos, they're funny. Keep watching it. Drive the views up. Works out well for everyone. I get myself a steam boost and you get to laugh. I swear I'm funny. My parents had me tested. So I saw a video earlier in the week. I was actually impressed. It was like a 6-minute long single take video and the guy didn't repeat himself that much, so I was impressed by that. It was sort of a motivational style video talking about reasons why he was starting a YouTube channel, how to live his life in general. There was one part in particular where he said that if you're not trying to improve your life, then there's no point to it, because if we weren't trying to improve lives, then we never would have left caves. That is what life is. I listened to that and it was kind of interesting to me. It's not exactly wrong. There is some legitimacy to that. If we weren't trying to improve the quality of our lives, then yes, we probably would have stayed on the plane. So material comfort definitely plays some role. You had to keep trying to go higher, improving, going up and up, or otherwise there was just no point to being alive. I'm not sure I agree with that. That assumes your life only exists in 2 dimensions. One of them is time, obviously. As you get older, that just keeps going forward, and the other is some weird measure of success. Time goes forward. You need to keep going more and more successful, or more and more comfortable, or whatever. And for a long time in human history, I guess that was probably a legitimate way of looking at it, but it's not really helpful anymore. Expert on the meaning of life that I am at age 19 years old. Some of my subscribers are younger than me, so maybe I am wise. Listen up, kids, I'm gonna share with you how to live your life. Measuring your life in terms of success over time assumes that, you know, right from the beginning, you're working on this one scale. That's just not the world we live in. And once more, it is made clear to us from when we were so young that I'm guessing pretty much none of us can even remember the first time we heard it, that we can be whatever we want to be. Assuming that you can just measure something in success over time, it kind of limits that. As far as I can tell, at least, a lot of people think that way. People measure success in terms of material wealth, but that is a little bit empty, let's be honest. There's a phrase my dad has: money can't buy happiness, but it does make misery a lot easier to live with. So material wealth then helpful, but not the answer. Which leads us to a place where we need to define what success is to each of us. If we assume that success is something like satisfaction with your life, what satisfies each person is going to be very, very different. Generally, most people would say that being successful is living in line with your values. I think that's probably a good way to measure it. But see, those are just guidelines. They help you measure how happy you are with something you're already doing. While success over time isn't necessarily the most helpful, when we assume that it's something like material wealth, that makes it very clear what we're actually trying to do. With satisfaction, it's not that simple because we don't know what to do to be satisfied. We should have sat down and written out a script or something. For some reason I thought, you know what, no, this is gonna come from the heart. People will appreciate that. Basically, the idea that I'm trying to convey here is you're expected to choose something to be successful at and satisfied with out of a limitless choice. And you can't just avoid that choice because then things start to go stagnant and you hesitate. So success over time has limited applicability there, particularly in the modern world where everyone is supposed to be satisfied with how they live their lives. So how do we meld those two? You have a limited amount of time to decide what you want to do and a limitless number of choices to decide between, how do you make the right choice? I know that people get bored with like maths and engineering, and this probably isn't what you'd be expecting to hear about in a video like this, but the engineering process involves identifying a problem and figuring out what the best solution for it is, and there's a bunch of different ways you can do that. I think that the best way to figure out what the right thing to do is to be satisfied is by process of elimination. You expect a 15 or a 16-year-old to know what they want. I'm 19 and I still can't make my mind up. Engineering is something I enjoy and I'm good at. A lot of other stuff out there as well. I want to write. I enjoy doing this. This is why I started YouTube. By eliminating the things I didn't like, I sort of came across this. And that's the only way that you can make the right choice, because unless you've got some crazy good luck, you're not going to choose the right path on your first go. Not from that large a number of options. You need to take time to decide what you're not going to do. Have some new experiences and decide, no, that's not for me, or maybe but not quite, we need to adjust it or something, and it's going to eventually narrow the number of choices. Ties into that you have to make things better as time goes on thing. Deciding which choices are wrong isn't going to take you up on that scale. It's going to move you sideways. And now that's not to say that that worldview won't work for some people. For me at least, it's not going to help, because if I take that worldview and I feel like I'm pausing even for a second, my mind sort of spirals and fixates on things, and that's why I felt so bad when I skipped that week, and it's why I felt so much better once I made a new video. It wasn't guilt, because there's not that many people who watch these. It was just I was doing something to eliminate the wrong choices. So far, this seems to be working pretty well. This video is probably going to have been really hard to follow. I'm sorry if that was the case. That's the sort of guy I am, and this has been what's been on my mind for a long time. So yeah, just try to remember, especially when you're young, it's not important that you make the right choice right away. What's important is that you figure out which ones are the wrong choices. As long as you just keep deciding what you want to avoid, what you don't want, eventually by process of elimination, you're going to figure out what you want. And it's the only surefire way to figure it out. A long way, but it'll get you there. Anyway, hopefully bummer time over, because now, time for the conversation starter. You know what? The way things are going, I wouldn't be surprised if I pulled out the card, what do you think is the meaning of life, or something like that. If my life has another moment of metaphorical resonance, this is going to be one hell of a serious video. So, fingers crossed for something fun and meaningless. What nickname would you like? I am going to go with Gilium, that's my channel name. It's one of the few nicknames that I've been given by a friend, which I don't kinda hate. So yeah, I am Gilium. If you did like this rambling, droning, train of thought style video, then don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If you do want to see more of my stuff, then don't forget to go to my channel and check out my other videos, and don't forget to subscribe if you want to see what I come out with next, and I will see you guys soon. Bye!